This next article from the New York Post, Portland businesses fleeing downtown offices over nightly BLM riots. Large companies are fleeing offices in downtown Portland because of nightly Black Looter Mob riots. They're making the heart of Oregon City a no-go area, according to the report. Businesses are leaving. Andrew Hohen, president and CEO of Portland Business Alliance, PBA, told Cato, and if you're listening, I'm down here in Eugene, and if you are, in fact, looking for a place to set up, just come on right down here to Eugene, man. We got a epicenter of engineering going on down here out past Walmart, so there is actually industry here. They have been making COVID test kits, and I forget what else they do. They have like they make like wireless systems for ambulances and cop cars out there, and bunch of good stuff down in Eugene. I'm also a computer engineer too, and I also do really cool groundbreaking technologies. Quote, the financial consequences to the downtown corridor are having a running calculation that's almost impossible to wrap your mind around. End quote, he said, with one company already saying the riots have cost $20 million in damages to his business. This is my state. These are, I also too had a hand in starting this, and I feel horrible. That's also too why I am running this show. It's because since I helped start this, I'm going to help put an end to it. I do. My voice is very loud in Eugene, and I do. A lot of people say Eugene has been some of the biggest radicals there. So if you're looking for a place to shut down, like we need people to come down to Eugene and shut the wingnets down here, I would definitely like to organize some protest. If you want to help organize, I have a bunch of cameras. Quote, you have blocks and blocks of plywood. You have graffiti. You have accumulation of damages that are unrepaired. An ongoing perception that coming downtown is not a safe place. And quote, Hohen said, quote, we need to start to turn the corridor now so that this sort of irreparable damage does not last, end quote, business leader said. Portland has seen regular violence and destruction for 83 consecutive nights. This is insanity. This is how insane white feminists get when they have the white savior complex, when they think that they are the white knight and they need to come in and save the damsel in distress, the women and the African Americans. So if you are a woman or a African American or a Kleenex, fear not. Dry your lib tears from your eye. You do not need to cry rivers of lib tears, because you can actually indeed walk away from the Democratic Party. You could just say, hey, look, I'm not a white savior. Black people don't need one. Peace. I'm out, man. And then you can come over here to the party that freed the slaves, that did not start the KKK, because the Democrats started the KKK. And you can, if you don't like their policies, then you can join them and you can change their policies. But as for the party of hate, it has historically been the Democratic Party. There's no question about that. They are white feminists because they owned slaves, then they started the KKK, then they opposed women's suffrage, and because of that, they lost horribly, and they had to They made up for it by turning into white feminist, which is a racist form of feminism where they focus on white women's issues above everyone else's. And women control 85% of consumer spending. They're holding almost 2/3 of the college degrees now, and they own almost 2/3 of America's wealth. So when they say they're underpaid, it's because they're getting advertisements from companies who want them to ask their boss for a raise so that they can work, put off having a child until their 30s and kill off their family line, so that we are forced to then replace them with Latinos because that's the only way that that system could work. This is why the Democrats don't want to enforce immigration laws, is because they're a bunch of cucks. Hit it again.